How's everybody doing? It is yours truly, Mr.Taliaferro. I'd like to welcome you guys to my platform. If this is your first time ever tuning in to one of my videos, one of my highlights, look, just enjoy yourself. Welcome to the NBA Finals 2019. I do these highlights after every game in the postseason. We've been here every game. Any one of my subscribers can attest to that. Welcome to the NBA Finals, ladies and gentlemen, the Golden State Warriors. The defending, two-time defending NBA champion Golden State Warriors. Let me put some respect on their names. Taking on the Toronto Raptors in the sixth game one of the NBA Finals. Who would take the 1-0 series lead in this best-of-7 matchup that a lot of us believe is at least going 6, could very well go 7. Let's get into the highlight, ladies and gentlemen. Out the gate, Warriors up a point. No longer Kawhi Leonard drills a three. The former Finals MVP setting the tone for his Raptors team early. Speaking of a guy that's looking for a Finals MVP, Steph Curry answers on the other end with a three. Nice rip here for Kyle Lowry on Draymond Green. We go on the other end. Kawhi swing it over to Pascal Siakam. Marc Gasol, think about it, tap dance a little bit, but then he shoots the three. Marc Gasol really had a good game. Very effective game for Marc. That's not one of his highlights of this basketball game, as Klay Thompson literally dunks on Marc Gasol midway through the first. Let's keep it moving towards the end of the first now. Raptors up 3. Double that lead as Pascal Siakam drills a three. We're just getting started with Pascal Siakam. Second quarter, as you see, that pass was made from a returning DeMarcus Cousins. Good to see him back on the court to Klay Thompson for 2. Cousins played a decent amount of minutes. We'll talk about him more momentarily after the highlight is over. As Powell misses the three, nice activity from Serge Ibaka. 1 rebound, 2 rebounds, and a putback from Serge Ibaka off that Raptors bench. More good Ibaka. Pass from Van Fleet. Ibaka down court. Raptors go up 5. They're up 2 now with 8:15 to go in the second. Fred Van Fleet, boy, has he found the range ever since his kid was born. Salute the wifey Van Fleet. Other end, Klay Thompson drills a three. It's a really good basketball game here in the first half. Look at this ball movement from Toronto. Breaking down that Warriors defense leads to a Siakam three. We're just getting started with Pascal Siakam. Trust me on that. Now, Kawhi Leonard and 1 as he scores over Steph Curry. That maybe was a charge. I'm not going to lie. That probably was a charge. Kawhi gets the call. Let's go into the third quarter. Raptors got a 10-point lead. The third quarter was all about Pascal Siakam. He had a game high, and I mean a game high, 32 points for the Raptors, drilling shots every which way. Raptors are up 9, more Pascal. Beautiful pass from Kawhi. He was literally not afraid of anyone at the rim on that Warriors team. He scored a bunch of points in the third, but look at the score. As McKinney drills a three, it's a 4-point game. The Warriors hang around. Let's move on to the fourth. Good pass from Cousins to Quinn Cook, who misses a three. That was a big swing right here. Ends up in the hands of Siakam, who's literally running up and down the court. He had a lot of energy for this to be game one of the finals. More Pascal Siakam. That's over DeMarcus Cousins, ladies and gentlemen, and Sean Livingston. Siakam was everywhere scoring the ball. More Siakam making plays, this time for others, to Danny Green for 3. And the Raptors are up double digits in the fourth. Now, Kawhi Leonard joins the mix to help out his guy Siakam, who carried that Raptors team for most of the night. He drills the 3. Shot clock going down with 3:20 to go. Warriors looking to make a run and not going to make one like that. Fred Van Fleet with the shot clock buzzer beater lucky 3. Steph would try to bring the Warriors back with 2:35 to go. He goes and 1. The Warriors are down 7 with a minute to go. They got to have a stop here, obviously. Good initial defense from Draymond, but Pascal Siakam just too good for the putback. And this is the dagger, ladies and gentlemen. Kawhi Leonard from downtown Toronto, he drills the 3. The Raptors take the 1-0 series lead, 118-109, and they take the 1-0 trash talking lead as Drake and I'm sure Drake and Draymond Green exchanged pleasantries and phone numbers at that particular moment, talking a little bit of smack to each other. Raptors go up 1-0 in this best-of-7 series. I think this is going to be a super long series. let me make myself clear. I picked the Warriors to win this one in 6 games, and I said it'll be a split in Toronto. So I do have the Warriors winning game 2, and I'm going to take it a step further. I got Kevin Durant playing in game 2. Remember, these games are very spaced out. In the NBA Finals, they only play on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Sundays. Pretty much, that's what they only play on for the most part. And remember, game 2's not until Sunday. 3 more days of rest pretty much for Kevin Durant, and I believe he's going to give it a go. Now, is he 100%? Obviously not. I don't know where he's at right now. I know he ain't even been on the court doing full drills. He probably won't up until game time, but I believe KD's going to give it a go in game 2. And we saw in game 1, the Warriors needed Kevin Durant. Let me tell you what the Raptors were successful at. They did a few things really good in game 1. To break down a couple of them, they made the non-shooters on the Warriors make jumpers. This is not a tough concept, right? The Warriors have 2 great shooters until Kevin Durant returns. Then they got 3 great shooters. But for now, the Warriors have 2 great shooters in Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. Don't let them take shots. It's not that hard of a concept. Again, Steph Curry is tough to defend, running off a lot of screens. Klay Thompson is as well. But you got to focus in defensively. Marc Gasol did a good job of coming around those screens and rolls, picking up Steph or picking up Klay. And Siakam was glued to Klay Thompson. I had no idea Siakam would do that great of a job on Klay Thompson in game 1. Lowry did a decent job on Steph. The person who really made the difference on Steph Curry was Fred VanVleet, who the Raptors did roll with down the stretch. I'm looking at this Raptors team, and Kawhi picked up Steph a little bit as well. He got into a little bit of foul trouble as some other guys did as well. I'm looking at this Raptors team as very detail-oriented. I mean, look at this defensive team. Serge Ibaka, he used to lead the league in blocks. Marc Gasol, former Defensive Player of the Year. Kawhi Leonard won Defensive Player of the Year award 2 times. Danny Green has been on an all-defensive team. Don't forget about that. And Kyle Lowry's kind of a fit-in guy, and he plays really hard. By the way, Kyle Lowry leads the league in charges, right? So he makes guys do things that they don't want to do, and he gets a lot of fouls against the other team, right? So he's really good at just holding his position. So you got a really sound team defensively, and Nick Nurse is doing a phenomenal job at head coach. So the Raptors made Iguodala take 3-pointers, and he missed a lot of them. He wasn't good. Iguodala doesn't look 100%. It looked like he banged his leg up again. Iguodala gave me 29 minutes, only 6 points. Not good enough. Steph Curry had 34 points, 8 for 18 from the field. I thought a lot of Steph Curry's points were not as impactful. That's the rap that Steph Curry gets. Look at his stat line. Nobody's going to knock Steph Curry's stat line. 34 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. But if you watch the game, Steph Curry's 34 was not the most impactful 34. I'm just being honest. And that's kind of been the thing with Steph in the finals. He's been able to average 26, 27 points in the finals in the last 4 years. But to me, it hasn't been the most impactful 26, 27. And in game 1, he gave me 34, but I don't feel like he impacted the game like a Steph Curry impact can be on a game. I'm looking at Draymond Green, 10, 10, and 10. His 3rd straight triple-double. He was good. You know, he had impact on the game. I'm looking at other guys on this Warriors team like, I need more. I like what Looney gave me. He's my X factor, one of the X factors I got for the Warriors, but I need more from Livingston. Quinn Cook's got to be better. DeMarcus Cousins, if you're going to play, you cannot be on the court for 8 minutes and not grab me 1 rebound. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. The Raptors got a lot of contributions. They got 15 from Fred VanVleet off the bench. They got 11 from Danny Green, 7 from Lowry, but 9 assists and 6 rebounds. That's really good. 20 from Mark, 20 and 7 from Marc Gasol, and 23 from Kawhi Leonard with 8 rebounds, 5 assists. And Pascal Siakam also chipped in 8 rebounds and 5 assists. And he obviously, again, he had a team high 32 points as the Raptors take game 1, 118-109. These 2 teams will tip it off in Toronto for game 2 Sunday. Again, I just think the Raptors were very detailed defensively, made the Warriors work a lot. And I am not surprised that they won game 1. I picked them to win tonight, actually. But I do have the Warriors coming out and winning game 2. And I believe KD is playing. I really believe Kevin Durant is playing. We'll see. I thank you guys so much for the time, love, support. What were your thoughts after game 1? What did you see from the Raptors? What did you not see from the Warriors? How do you see this series playing out? The Raptors are now 3 games away from bringing their first NBA championship to the city of Toronto. Wow. Wow, we got a series, ladies and gentlemen. You know the Warriors are not going anywhere, so we now know, look, this thing is at least going to go 6. Warriors are not going to win. They're not going to go without winning 2 games in the series. You can forget about it. They're going to win 2 games in the series. They're too good, too skilled. That's with or without Kevin Durant. But we'll see. We got a series, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be fun. And Kawhi Leonard, the way he impacts a game, you heard Draymond Green say the other day, it's just different the way he controls basketball games. And then when you got shooters like Green making shots, Mark not scared to shoot, and the Warriors not making shots, they need KD. And we probably will see him in game 2. I'm out.
I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
Got the kids, they are now tuned in.
Yo, we locked in right now, Mr.
Mr.Taliaferro.
Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You watching Mr.Taliaferro TV.
Mr. Taliaferro TV, here with the Triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.